love seafood, and salmon is one of my favorites. So I'm here behind the scenes to give you an up-close look at what goes on here at Superior Foods in Kentwood. We're talking all things seafood. You talk the freshest of the fresh, you're going to find it here at Superior. So let's talk to a lady we've met in the Spartan Test Kitchen to let us know what we need to be looking for when it comes to fresh seafood. Okay, the woman who can truly appreciate the beauty here, Amy Sherman. Amy, talk to me a little bit about what is going on here and why it's so important for the folks at Spartan to partner with Superior.
Well, Superior has some of the best products here in West Michigan. They're getting it flown in throughout the week from all over the world, as well as local product from right here in Michigan. This is some Harrietta trout. It is grown up north in Traverse City, and they get it delivered 3 to 4 times a week alive, and then they process it. That is how fresh this fish is. And fresh fish is the best fish, of course. You don't have to be afraid of spectacular fish like this. At home, it's very easy to prepare. It's easy to pick out if you know a couple tips of how to do it. And I think we're going to head upstairs.
Yeah, I think we are going to head upstairs because we know that our friends at Spartan, you have the freshest fish around. But it's important for people to know exactly what to look for when they're looking to pick it up from the grocery store. So you are going to
go learn how to do that.
Here we go, upstairs. Okay, it's not the Spartan Culinary Classroom, but we're here inside the Superior Foods Test Kitchen with Amy because we're going to talk about how to take the mystery out of fish buying.
That's right, because you're going to spend probably a little bit more money than you usually do when you buy fish. So it can be kind of a splurge. It's a great thing, though, for your body and your family to eat, full of heart-healthy omega-3s. It's a good source of protein, but you might be nervous about spending that extra money, so you want to make sure you make the right choice. So there's a couple tricks what you can look for in the fish. If you're looking at a whole fish, you want to look at the eyes and see how clear they are. That's a good indicator that it's fresh. You can ask the person behind the counter to lift up the gills and take a look in there, and you can see those are nice and red and pink and there's no icky stuff in there. That's all a good sign.
So any kind of discoloration, anything other than that red color, you want to avoid?
Avoid.
Okay,
but you shouldn't have to worry about it. All this fish is so incredibly fresh, getting flown in all the time, that I've never really seen a bad fish at D&W. So then you can look inside and make sure that that's all a nice color. You don't want to see any dry parts. Now, if you're afraid of buying a whole fish, don't be, because most of the work has been done for you, and you can literally just take this and slap it right on the grill and let it cook.
Exactly like this?
Yeah, I would stuff it with some lemon and some fresh herbs and drizzle with some olive oil and do it kind of Italian style and throw it on the grill and just serve it on up, and you can just flake off the skin when you're done and eat the fish right off the bone.
Okay, that would impress your friends big time. I have never seen that done.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and what about if you're...
The fillet is great because, you know, the guys at Superior do all the work for you. So they've already cut it off the bone, they've pin boned it. That's what these little holes are here. So don't be afraid of those holes. That's where they're taking out the bones for you. And with this, you really want to make sure that the color of the fish is a nice, deep pink. You don't want to see any kind of slime on it or anything like that. And the most important thing, and the thing that I do every time I'm at D&W, is I ask to smell the fish. And if the fish smells fresh, it's going to be fresh. And don't be embarrassed about doing that. They are happy to do that for you.
You know, and I have to say, this is one of those instances I wish we had smell-o-vision because I'm standing here so close to this, the wild salmon, the farm-raised, and you can't even smell it. I mean, I'm this close and I can smell nothing.
It should smell like the ocean, not fishy.
Yeah.
And don't be embarrassed about it. Just ask. They're happy to help. They want to give you the best product out there.
And I know at Superior, they process literally thousands of pounds a day of fresh fish. And so you talked a little bit about the budget for the food items. You guys run great specials because they are able to help offer that to you.
Absolutely. And usually whatever is on special is one of the freshest products. So don't hesitate to buy it and incorporate a little bit more fish in your family's diet. They'll thank you for it once they get used to it.
That sounds great. All right, so for the freshest fish around, you know, you can visit your favorite Spartan stores because they get it fresh from our friends at Superior Foods. Wow, how cool. It was so awesome. And, you know, it was one of those super educational pieces that I got a chance to do with Chef Amy.
To go behind the scenes, it was fascinating.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
That is really cool. So Chef Amy is here with Marcy Cisneros from the Grand Haven Visitors Bureau. We're going to be talking about Salmon Fest in just a second, but of course the salmon is star of this segment because of what you were just talking about here.
Absolutely.
You've got a recipe here. You know, I know that the people at Spartan are really helpful too. I don't know a lot about what seafood I should get. This was great information. I really rely on the people that work at the counter there.
And you should. They're professionals and they love to help. I mean, I even ask for advice sometimes. I mean, never be ashamed of that.
And ideas about how you can make it different.
Exactly.
Which is something you're sharing today too.
I am, but this is such a traditional dish, and it's in honor of the Grand Haven Salmon Festival this weekend because they are going to have a great big salmon boil out there. But you can also do it at home if you wanted to, if you can't make it out there. Super easy and a really healthy way to cook. And what I did is I didn't actually boil the fish because that can be pretty blah, so it's more like steaming. So a little bit of water in the bottom, lots of red potatoes, onions, thyme, and then the fresh salmon on top, and you just let it all steam until it's tender. Do the potatoes first and then add the salmon at the end.
So just a big pot on the stove.
Just a big pot, whatever you've got. It's pretty easy. You really can't screw this up. The key is to not overcook the fish.
Yeah, and you
want to undercook it a little bit.
And that's always the concern that I have about trying to prepare, especially a nice quality cut of fish. I don't want to overcook it.
You don't, because you just spent all that money on it.
I know,
right? Exactly.
I want to taste it.
You know what? This looks great, but I can smell this sauce that you have here. That is a big part of the recipe as well. What is
it? It is a big part. This is a salsa verde, and it's an Italian herb sauce. And so the salmon, you know, if you steam salmon or you have a salmon boil, it's pretty plain. It doesn't have a lot of flavor going on its own. You add some of this, and it punches it up, and it's just really fresh, vibrant, lots of lemon, fresh herbs, basil, oregano, thyme.
It smells wonderful.
Oh yeah,
you can't go wrong.
And it's such a healthy fish too, and the way you've prepared it here, really, you're not adding grease, you're not adding a lot of those
There's
bad
like
things.
no added fat to this. A little olive oil, and that's a good fat.
Ah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, Marcy, so you have a great celebration of the salmon going on this weekend in Grand Haven. Tell us about it.
Right. D&W Fresh Market is proud to present the Grand Haven Salmon Festival. And talking about the fish boil, you know, one of the things that I really appreciate about the fish boil in Grand Haven is put on by the American Legion. They add a lot of spices, and when they do the traditional boil, they do the potatoes and the onions, and they do the salmon. They've got the corn on the cob and the biscuit and the roll, and you get the drizzled butter. So there's the option for some of the added fat there if you choose to, of course. But yeah, it's a 3-day event. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's right on the waterfront. It is an outdoor event. White tents, white linens. We do pay special attention to the details of it. But on Saturday is really the full day. So we're going first thing in the morning with the fishing contest, 6 a.m. all the way through to 12 a.m. So in that time frame, we've got a lot of great things happening. So there's the art fair, there's the kids zone, there is the favorite for a lot of folks, and that's the wine and beer tasting with the gourmet salmon cook-off, and grape stopping is involved in that too, and that just rolls into the entertainment tent, and really live music. There's live music Friday, there's live music Saturday, really just all through the day and into the evening too.
That's fun too. Of course, Art Walk is another thing. If you make the trip to Grand Haven for Salmon Festival, you can also enjoy that, because that's an art festival in itself that coincides with Art Prize in Grand Rapids.
And this year is an overlap for Salmon Festival and Art Walk in Grand Haven. And so we both, as organizations, were excited about that. And so we took an advantage to kind of coordinating that together. And so we're celebrating the fact that this year that those two overlap. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
This is a great festival. I know it's really big for Grand Haven, and a lot of people and a lot of families too come out for it.
We do. We have about 7,000 to 8,000 people that come out over the weekend, and we've been doing it for 9 years now. And so every year we like to add a little bit something new and interesting, although we keep the traditional aspects that everybody loves. And so on Sunday, one of the things that we've incorporated is a family fun event, and it's geocaching. So if anybody's familiar with geocaching, this is event specific. So we have 10 caches out there, and if you have a GPS, we encourage you and your family or your friends to come down on Sunday to the Sail Club there in Grand Haven and get your coordinates. And we've got lots of really fun prizes to give away. And you get this little fun path tag, which is a big collectible geocaching.
Well, so many people love to do that, and it's a great family activity to do. Well, Amy, Marcy, thank you so much for being here with us today. We'll get all that information on our website, including the recipe.
Yep, it's up there.
Yes,
I love that about
And
Chef
what is your
Amy?
recommendation to drink with this?
Well, I would, of course, recommend anything. There is, and I'm a guest pourer out there at the Salmon Festival from 3 to 8, so you can come and actually get some of my favorite beers from the Great American Brew Trail. But I brought you guys an Ichabod, which is from New Holland, actually.
That makes me think of October.
Pour it up and have a sip during our
It's
commercial
classic
break.
autumn.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks,
Marcy.
Great. Thank you so much. It is wonderful, and you know, we can never get enough of our local spirits, right?
We got that right.
Cheers. We're right back. Amy, just take the bottle.
Where's Marcy?
Where's my drink?
Come on. She's on the way.